Happy Field Trip Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for a fun new adventure that I'm so excited to share with you. Today, we'll be taking a little trip over to my dear friends and clients, Jim and Sandy's home, to show you a little project that I did for Jim this week. And if you remember last week, I showed you a master bedroom refresh that I did for them. And if you didn't see it, I will leave a link below in the comments section so you can take a look at it if you'd like. Here's a few photos of what I did. And ladies, if the guys in your life love vintage cars, you might want to share today's video with them. I think they'll really enjoy it. This is Jim and Sandy, and they are such wonderful friends, and I just want to say that the world is most definitely a better place with these two beautiful people in it. I feel so blessed to call them my dear friends of almost 20 years. Jim found some very fun fabric on spoonflower.com that he wanted some pillows made with to go in their vintage car when they participate in vintage car shows. This fabric is just perfect to go with his vintage 1959 Edsel Ranger that they affectionately named Mr. Ed, and you'll see Mr. Ed in just a moment. Here's a little fun history on Mr. Ed. About 3 years ago, Jim found and purchased him from a vintage car dealer in Idaho who had purchased it from the original owner. So technically, Jim is just the second owner of this fabulous car, which is pretty rare these days. So he had it shipped from Idaho to their home in Central California, and the fun began. Mr. Ed retains his original mist green and ivory white paint job. The engine and transmission have been rebuilt. The interior has all been restored except for the headliner, which Jim will have to have done in the future, and it has to be quite gingerly done because the rear window will have to come out in order to do that, and great care must be taken not to break that very hard to find rear window, which is original to the car. And as I mentioned before earlier in the video, Jim and Sandy participate in vintage car shows, and when they entered Mr. Ed in his very first car show, he won the most unusual car trophy at a breast cancer awareness charity car show titled The Longest Day. And now let's have a look inside Mr. Ed's interior. Okay guys, now let's take a look under the hood and then have a quick look at the pillows I made for Jim before I show you all the vintage cars Jim has owned over the years. Oh, and please be sure to leave me a comment below in the comments section and let me know which car you liked best. In these photos, you will see Jim with his latest 1929 Model A Shay on the left, and then Jim as a young man with his first 1929 Model A Shay on the right. And last but not least, let's take a look at Jim's fun collection of car memorabilia and collectibles out in his garage. Okay, my sweet friends, that's it for today's Field Trip Friday adventure. I hope you all enjoyed it and seeing Jim's beautiful cars. Please come back and see me next week as I start my fall decorating, which I am so excited about this year. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.